Hello and welcome to the Data Dudes. Welcome, one and all. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka.
E.
Welcome to another round of the Rapid Fire Hollywood.
Here we go. I hope you have some piping hot new stuff to drop on us
All
today.
right, well, recently, within the last week and a half, we've had news on the newest phase 4 of the Marvel MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We all know that phase 3 ended after Infinity War, or the Infinity Saga, people like to call it, and now we continue on upward and onward to the next phase of that, franchise for that matter. So, basically, we know that Black Widow should have been released in May of this year because of COVID and many other reasons. It's been delayed all the way towards November, when in turn, that is going to be the beginning of phase 4. Down to many sources. What do you guys think?
And
Rocco,
phase
you.
4 will entail the Eternals.
phase 4 the Eternals was supposed to be done this year, which was delayed towards next year. And I do believe the date is for the Eternals is February of 2021.
I hope they clean up a lot of the holes that the ending of phase 3 had left, which we could get to another day, another topic. But there are many plot holes there. I hope they address those. Apparently, social news is going to intermingle and have a big say in how the phase 4 will play out.
No, of course. I mean, it's a huge thing. They're taking a huge risk. The fact that they've invested so much money into the Black Widow movie, into the promotion of the Black Widow movie. And
I just wonder if we're going to be in a situation where it will be a similar video on demand situation as most movies are today, since it's expected that actual movie theaters, moviegoers will be on a downturn, and not exactly sure what kind of a strong response actual viewership will be in a real movie theater.
exactly, like right now, let me ask you. Black Widow came out tomorrow. I mean, all right, fine, forget. Let's go back to the original. It comes out in November. Or you're gonna go watch it in the theater.
Well, I have special circumstances because I had the COVID. I know my antibodies, so
Right.
I would. But speaking from, I know plenty of people who don't, and I read enough. I think the vast majority of people, unless they're hungry for movies, which I don't know that they are exactly. Not enough to go to a movie theater with COVID. There's plenty of people who aren't going to go back to the normal way. I think they're going to avoid it. Are there going to be enough people to justify the seats that they have because they've taken seats out of theaters? Yeah, I think there'll be enough people. But that's not a lot of people.
That's not a lot of revenue.
Not a lot of revenue.
So it comes back to the same question we've had since the beginning of this podcast. Given the opportunity, if they say, Raka, you can watch the movie. At the same time, it comes out in the theater for $19.99 for 48 hours, for example.
I'll pay $40 to watch it at home.
Look at that. See, that's not even 50 cents. That's double what I mentioned. So,
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. I would. You know what? Because I'm going to go with 2 people anyway. If you get 3, you catch what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I tend to agree with E. If I had the choice, even Eternals, which I probably have more of an inkling to watch than Black Widow, I would do it from the comfort of my own home. Order food, relax. I can pause it at my leisure. I can go to the bathroom at my leisure. My TV is not movie size, but it is actually pretty phenomenal. I enjoy it. I think I would opt for the video on demand I too had the COVID, so it's and antibodies are still up, so I don't have that kind of risk factor in the back of my
Special
mind.
circumstance, right?
But just being the way convenience is today,
Right.
cost, yeah, I would opt for video on demand at home.
No, 100%. No.
I paid double, and in fact, you can price it even higher than that. If you get, well, all right, what's the price?
$19 is usually going price right now for early access.
Here in on the East Coast where we live, a movie on a normal day would be what? In a high-end theater, it can go up to as much as $18.
Yeah.
I paid 45, so they'll get 3 viewerships out of that.
Exactly.
Meaning, if you're a household of just 2 people, you're spending a little more, okay. Whereas you're a household of more, well, I'm not sure you're taking everybody to the movie theater.
But
So
theoretically, you also have 48 hours to watch it. So you could also be like, okay, what if?
well, you got to prevent the recorders. It makes it a lot easier for people to record.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing is to record off of a high-end 4K plus whatever.
No, but that's what they could be losing. You get a much better quality recording out of that. It's a TV. You don't see moving heads.
The biggest issue is the fact that the theaters are going to lose the concessions, which is the issue. Honestly,
That's a lot of money. They make. I think they might.
to be
Same
bold,
price as a ticket.
I don't think Hollywood gives a fuck. I think the issue is with the theaters is the concessions.
Well, Hollywood will care when the movie theaters are gone or won't pay what they're asking because they can't justify paying for it.
They'll care all. The only thing Hollywood will do, they'll lower the budgets, they'll lower the salaries,
It's
and
trickle
they'll
down
make a
effect.
huge profit. They don't
Yeah.
give they don't give a crap. It would actually be better for them in a way.
Maybe. Well, you know what? Actually, you don't even need to then give it to the theaters. You just produce it yourself. You just turn it over to Netflix.
That's
What's happening right now. It's straight to video.
Well, no, but all right. So then, why isn't, for example, Top Gun out there on video right now?
well, because they give me an example. The biggest movie that I've seen that tried this so far has been The King of New York. With King Staten Island.
Staten Island.
King Staten Island.
I don't even think it's part of New York yet anymore.
Well, the movie to watch is $19.99. If you want to watch it, I think on 4K. If you want to purchase it, I think it's like 24 or something along those lines. Meaning it's $20 for a movie that's nondescript. That if you're a fan of Pete Davidson, if you know who he is, okay. But it's not a big budget movie yet. We've seen lower budget movies, which you're checking our reviews. VFW, who came out this year, Guns Akimbo, which came out this year, among others, which you can watch them for $3.99, $2.99, $4.99, and so on and so forth. But for a big budget movie to come up, it won't be $3.99. It'll be $20.
$19.99, $24. But still, like he alluded to,
even Bloodshot is like what, $6 to watch or something?
If
Yeah.
you were asked to pay $50 for Top Gun, would you pay that now?
no, but no one's asking that. They're going rate probably.
It wouldn't be that high. If they said $30 to watch Top Gun, I'd probably watch it.
Yeah, but that doesn't account for the multi-person household. You got to capture 2+, because very few homes have that one. So, or you're inviting people over, right? So
There you go. If you bring 2 couples or
that's
2,
why it's got to be 2+. The price is got to be 2+. 2+.
then they bring food. There you go. You got your money. Or you're not gonna charge them admission, but you bring beers, you bring food, you bring this. It justifies the $40 you're wasting to watch said movie.
It's not even $40. If it's still the going rate, let's say $24. And let's say
It can't be more than that. It can't be more than that.
let's say 4 people come over.
Right.
It's $6 a person.
Yeah, I know, but they're probably not going anyway. I mean, how on the
As far as economical sense go, why would you? That same 4 people, 2 couples, is $100 minimum at the movie theater.
Okay.
At least $60 minimum, at least.
Yeah, but I am now writing off movie theaters forever.
Exactly.
Well, you're gonna move, but let's be honest. You're not a movie theater fan. You're not a jeez.
No, I go
Fan.
for once every other year.
Right, but let me ask you. So, Star Wars on the big screen versus Star Wars on your TV.
Don't
It's a,
care.
it's no for me it's no argument. I'd rather see it on the big screen. It is that
Don't-
awesome. It's a movie that's meant for the big screen.
I get it. I get the sound. I get it, but I don't. I don't personally.
Your eyes can't see the whole picture. It's so huge. It's visually stunning.
Okay, now does that affect the fact that you've, let's be honest, you've had the COVID? Are you saying that because you've had the COVID, and if you did not have the COVID, would you feel differently?
I think I could protect myself.
How about you, Marco?
I think I because I had the COVID, I feel a little more security and less insecurities that I would
Yeah,
contract.
but if you didn't have the COVID, would you go?
Well,
I did have the COVID, and I would not go. Absolutely would not.
which falls in my category. I haven't had the COVID.
And would you?
Go to watch a movie? A simple one, probably not. Would I go to watch? Am I gonna go see Black Widow? Probably not.
Eternals?
Would I watch it at home for $20? I probably would watch it at home for $20 because I'm a fan, and I would probably waste an amount at the theater. So yeah, am I going to put myself in that position to go in the theater, even though it's a bigger theater and I only have a 55-inch TV and not a 4K, surround sound, whatever.
Well, let me ask you this: as a person who didn't get it, if Infinity Wars came out, you have not watched it. It did not come out, but everything played out as did the virus and pandemic and shelter in and everything. And Infinity Wars coming out. You going?
Hey, man, come on. Health is primary.
I mean, your precautions: wear the mask, gloves, have a bottle of
I
Purell.
would go there in a freaking hazmat suit. I'll be there. Yes.
Hey,
But that's me being a maniac fan. I mean, look. I mean,
I get it.
so
I totally get it.
behind me. So,
So I know it plays.
All
right. That being said, Phase 4, Black Widow is supposed to instigate Phase 4. They announced that Fantastic Four, which is owned by Marvel now, or Disney for that matter, will come out approximately May 3rd, 2023.
Yeah, let's put that in our calendars in our
All right.
phone.
So they announced also January 18th, 2022. You have Thor 4, which would be Love and Thunder. You have May 6th, 2022, Black Panther Part 2. July 29th, 2022, you have Captain Marvel Part 2. February 17th, 2023, Ant-Man 3. We already spoke about Fantastic Four. And then you have two dates that are designated, but we don't know what they are, quote unquote.
That's about the same
October 7th, 2022, and you have July 28th, 2023. Oh, and one more. November 3rd, 2023. Now, that being said,
time that the CDC said that N1H1 swine is going to merge with the pig flu, which is going to merge with the raccoon flu, and is going to crown the coronavirus. The corona swine pig flu is going to kill us all.
We've gone full conspiracy theory.
is that something like the Tyrann virus, the T virus, or worse?
The T virus, little T.
Little T. All right. That being said, it's shifted everything. What we got coming up. Fall 2020, supposedly we still have the Winter Soldier Falcon still coming. November 6, 2020, which is Black Widow, which used to be the Eternals date, which got shifted to February. February 12th, the Eternals. Spring 2021, we got WandaVision on Disney+. May 7th, 2021 is Shang-Chi and the 9 rings or 10 rings of Saturn or whatever that was called. Spring 2021, Loki, Disney TV. Summer of 2021. What if? Question mark. Disney TV. Fall 2021. Hawkeye, also on Disney TV. And lastly, November 5th, 2021, we have Doctor Strange 2 and the Something of Madness or whatever, which was supposed to be in February. It shifted all the way down now to November. Again, this is all preliminary because who the hell knows what else is going to happen with the
Let me make it clear for everybody that there was a thank you for that lengthy timeline. So everybody take your calendar, whatever it is, scratch off the month and write down +6, and you're good.
Exactly. So this was a lengthy Phase 4 Marvel little tidbit for you guys. So,
Well, what you just ran off, they stand to lose a lot of money. A lot.
If any of this shifts anymore, dude, you know how much money they're gonna lose? It's crazy.
Billions.
And
They're gonna have to put it out.
And what not even including, they've postponed the New Mutants seven times. August 21st is coming out. It's not even here because it's technically from Fox.
The human condition is resilient. Look at us, right? How long have we now been without professional sports?
Jeez.
Well, we have golf.
Again, how long have we been without professional sports? 4 months?
Something like that, yeah.
Has any of us taken a gun to our heads? Are we crying? Depression? Oh,
Well,
yes.
we wouldn't really see that because it's not a big deal,
But I miss it.
Wait
a cup of tea.
Wait until it starts eating into football. Then you're going to get angry.
A prediction from E. So they already cut.
That being said, E, sorry to cut you off, Rocco. Will there be football this year?
College or pro?
Let's start off with college. Because let's start off with pro.
College, no.
College, I agree.
College.
I think Harvard or Yale, one of them already canceled.
The whole Ivy League has canceled.
The whole Ivy League's already canceled.
The Pac-10, or I always get these wrong. Pac-10, the Big 12, they're going interconference only, which screws Notre Dame totally.
Well, yeah. Notre Dame, they deserve to get screwed.
Well, besides
I apologize.
Besides the point, yes, college
apologize
on all levels.
College
and I feel bad for the young athletes, who are by and large.
I feel bad, not for the establishment, but I do feel bad for the athletes.
I feel bad for the athletes. So E, as probably the preeminent of the four of us with football, professional football, what has come with the preseason?
Well, they gave up. The NFL canceled 2 preseason games, the first and the fourth. The middle. They're in negotiations with the NFLPA now to discuss what else they could do. The NFLPA has said as early as today, we want all the preseason games canceled. We want a 30-day lead up to the regular season. A couple of demands, I think, was increasing the roster size. I don't know how you get 90 guys in preseason in a locker room. Just don't know how you do that.
I don't know.
Especially in these times.
And then the NFL, I mean, here's a ridiculous rule. I mean, this is how I understand why they're doing it, but it just rings hollow with me. The NFL has prohibited the exchange of jerseys at the end of the game. Why? They can hit each other.
So they smacked each other for like an hour.
And
I don't want to have your fucking sweaty jersey on me, even though
somebody, you're like this.
You breathe all your shit on my neck for over an hour, and all kinds of body fluids everywhere. But no.
And then there's rumors about whether they're gonna require a shield on every helmet, in the grill. J.J. Watt has already said that if you do that, I'm not going to come in. I'm not playing.
He can't
breathe. He's not playing anyway. He's going to get a hangnail and get hurt. the first freaking game of the season. That bum.
Well, can I ask you, E, from this point of view? Because I just heard earlier this week that at least Baltimore Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs have announced that they're going to severely reduce their stadium attendance.
Well, interesting you say that. Jacksonville said they're going to cut it to 25%,
Yes.
which is hysterical.
Do what they normally have.
Isn't it reduced already to a quarter? Or are we talking about a quarter of the people that were there to begin?
That is freaking hilarious. And
I mean, come on. And not only that, you're also in the hotspot of the hotspots. I mean, where they're
phenomenal.
33% of those in Miami-Dade County, so this goes more to the Dolphins, are testing positive. So even a quarter is not going to cut it.
Comparatively speaking, let me interject one thing. The MLS is having their open tournament, which is to crown the winner of the season, which every team in the league is invited. I think it's 28, 26. Don't quote me. It's either between 28 and 30. I apologize. I don't know the exact amount, but already 2 teams have bowed out because the original Dallas FC had 10 players test positive for COVID.
Yeah, right. At what point
the coach,
Yep.
plus the coach, and now Nashville, I think it was yesterday, before yesterday, had 9 players test positive. So they both left.
It's going to be, unfortunately,
Freaking soccer or football. So what do you expect is going to happen when you have young guys who are millionaires, thousandaires, and they're going to go to freaking Florida, they're going to go to California or wherever they will be, and you put them in a position to, well, you're going to keep them in the hotel room or their apartment all night, all day. Good luck, man.
make sure you give them better food than they give the NBA players.
Guys, I mean, good luck with that.
So, is there a national sports professional standard set in play? If you have a player positive, does the whole team bow out? Does that one player have to be quarantined for 14 days?
They're testing every day anyway. They're testing every day.
Yes, as far as baseball is
I
concerned,
travel with a team.
players,
I'm one of 15 people on the team. I get positive. And when they ask you questions at work or any other venue today, have you been with anybody who's positive? Yes. The 15 other players, the coaches, the training staff, everybody associated with the team.
Can you imagine a coach that is in his 60s or 70s? Think about this. Comorbidities galore. I mean, don't tell me all these players are the fittest of humans. They're not. A lot of them are. Disproportionate amount of them are compared to by and large they are. But you can't tell me that every offensive lineman. No. There's plenty of athletes that also have, while they're fit, they have other issues. They may have diabetes. They may have asthma. That's normal. You could be as fit as anything.
Every offensive lineman can be contributed to that.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Every offensive lineman on every single freaking team is fully healthy. No, their job is to be bigger than the other guy.
He makes a great point.
I mean,
by and large, the coaches are past middle age.
Mm-hmm.
They're overweight. They're out of shape. They're stressed out. They work long hours.
Mm-hmm.
If, God forbid, one of the young, healthy players is completely asymptomatic but carries it, they get infected. Now you're out your coach, who could be in dire straits.
And what about the referees?
The only people who have actually spoke about that and acted upon that is the end. From what I know, is the NBA. They gave the coaches and the managers the option to be on the court, if not to coach from above.
How do you do that? You can't do that as a coach in basketball.
Agreed. But if you have LeBron, who's the coach? Is LeBron the coach or is freaking
Still drawing up plays, and you're still calling timeout because you got to get the referee.
Right. Are you going to do the same thing in practice?
That's why it's all a farce, bro. That's why it's all a farce. That's why
the NFL, it's going to be a domino effect.
It's not going to happen.
The NFL is going to be a domino effect. It's going to start out You'll see something like the Major League Baseball had maybe 60 to 80 positives out of 3,000. Okay, well, that's good. Not terrible. Well, that's going to change at some point. Then football comes along. We'll see where that number goes. And now we're actually talking about physically hitting each other. Baseball, you can get away with a lot of that. And then you're going to see a domino effect. You're going to see a couple of positives. Then you're going to see teams becoming unequally hit. Then you're going to see coaches, and then you're going to see, and then it's going to be a domino. And then at what point do you pull the trigger? When does the balance of the competition that the NFL prides itself so much compared to any other sport, the level playing field that it does work so hard to keep, what point do you cut that off?
They're gonna wait for baseball to fail, and also basketball to fail.
Yes, we see you.
I mean, are you going crazy? What are you doing?
Can we move on to the next topic?
Oh, this is the next topic. How many more topics do you want? This is a huge topic. Sports will be over as we know it, man.
I mean, you'll actually get the U.S. Open tennis. You'll get that through, I think, but that's obviously a much different sport.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, that one.
How do you feel with the U.S. Open with no fans? How do you feel about that?
Well, it's supposed to be quiet anyway, so no, I don't care.
Yeah.
They shut you up during matches. You're not allowed to talk. It's like golf. It's like golf. The fans, are they relevant when there's a sunk putt? Yeah. Are they relevant when it's a big hit? Yeah. Are they? Sure. But for the most part, it's a quiet sport.
Yes, you don't play to the fans like you do in football or basketball.
Well, energy to some extent. You see players getting hyped up. I mean, Jimmy Connors was famous.
But by and large, most of the players in golf and even tennis, they want absolute quiet when they.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and you know what? Actually, even football to some extent, the defense, right?
Yes, to a certain
They
extent.
want it
But
loud. The offense wants it quiet.
at the same time, when the crowd, 70,000 fans get charged into it, there's nowhere near that any kind of effect on the two sports you just mentioned.
So do you think that it's now going to be wrong to funnel in crowd noise?
No, I think it has to be rules.
You don't remember what happened with the...
Let me give you an example. I'm a fan of wrestling. And trash me, whatever. Wrestling has been going on throughout the whole COVID experience. And they've had no fans. In the beginning, it was weird as fuck. Now, what they've been doing is that they barricaded the walls. I'm talking about WWE in particular. Plexiglass. So what they did was they had on-air talent and they put them around as fans to cheer. So therefore, it doesn't mimic the 25, 35, 40,000 people, but you have 100, 200 people cheering, which is better than you hear. You know, just slaps and grunts all the time, you know? And it almost brings you to...
You're going to notice it elsewhere. You're not going to notice it in golf that much. Wrestling, I didn't know that, but you'll notice it in football. You'll definitely notice it in baseball with the constant hum.
Dude, imagine someone hits a home run and it goes bing, 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 bing. You probably hear it.
It'd be like batting practice.
Exactly. It'd be like batting practice with a crack. Bing, oh! And you miss the 2-3 fans that are in the stadium freaking trying to whatever. So.
You know what they're going to do? I think the TV networks are going to funnel in some celebratory, noise to make that seem diminished. It would be more interesting to be that only person who gets to watch this in the stands, which will obviously never happen. You're not supposed to have people. That's when it becomes eerie.
Yeah, but how do you mitigate that? How do you say, oh, you can't put too much noise. You can't put past a certain decibel. You can't put it during timeout. I mean, you know what I mean? Is it going to be home field advantage? Oh, you're only going to pump the noise when your team scores and does everything. It's artificial. I get it. And it's for TV's sake. I get it. But at the same time, you got to instill some kind of guidelines or else it becomes total chaos.
No, what I mean was the networks pumping in, not pumping in. Well, that was a knock on Atlanta. Okay. What I'm saying now is that the networks, when televising it, might have some noise to give you what you're missing in terms of the hum,
The real crowd feel.
clapping, yelling, screaming, etc.
I mean, it isn't going to be different. I'd rather have it than not have it, regardless of the noise and quiet. Everything is different now. Everything is odd. You have to get used to it. But I still would rather see the sport played out than, with silence than not have it at all.
So bottom line, with a show of hands or a quick synopsis, very quick, what do you guys think? Are we having sports or not having sports this year?
Yes, we're having it. It's already happened. There was a basketball tournament. I was watching it over the weekend. And it was a bunch of, I guess, ex-players, fringe players, D-League players. But they all had to go through a rigorous, very stringent policy. They had to stay in the rooms. They had to travel each other. They couldn't leave. It was one and done type of tournament. Everybody was tested daily. Even the event staff, the announcers, the workers, everybody.
No.
There's not a soul in the stadium. Somebody dunked. There was no clapping or roar. You proceed like it's a game. Huh?
They're going to be an end to the season. How about that?
A what?
An end to the season. You say they're going to start. Are they going to end? Or is this something going to happen during?
No, I think they'll make it end unless something catastrophic happens. It may not end perfectly or fairly.
Hockey will end. Basketball will end. Baseball will not. Football will not. That's my synopsis.
Because of the overwhelming rosters?
Mm-hmm.
I have the tend to agree with E as much as to my dismay. Yeah. Baseball is so many young people and there's so many roster spots. Same thing with football, which is crazy. And the other two could be self-contained to a degree. So yeah, I agree.
I think hockey is going to be the most successful. Basketball, they'll get there. It's also, think about the numbers. The number of people that you can control, use that term a little loosely.
Less.
Yeah, much less. You're not going to control 63, including the practice squad.
And all the coaches and everything else. Come on.
And what they do in their daily lives. You're not going to keep everybody in a bubble.
You're talking about 80 people you have to control as opposed to
the NBA isn't a bubble, so I give them the best chance. Well, and so the NHL has done this completely right. Go figure that. The NHL is an example.
Actually, go. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, right? I mean, the NBA is next. Quirks here and there. The NFL is going to have its moment. They're not going to end up as bad as baseball looked in terms of the negotiation and how bad that was.
Just so much later, so yeah.
But I do think they'll start, and I think maybe Rocco's right. It won't look fair. I think there's a substantial percentage chance that occurs. But if I have to choose one or the other, I say it doesn't end. I say it's going to domino effect, and then we might have a second wave. And it's the fall, it's the winter. We may have the Super Bowl in March.
Yeah, I mean,
they have a lot of time.
All that we've learned.
The COVID Bowl.
Right, no, yeah. But they can. Listen, if they you know what, you could do what basketball did, which sucks, but you also have more time to do it because the off season for football is a lot longer than baseball, than basketball.
I'd rather we try than not try.
The problem, or not even a problem, but yeah, they could do it because there's nothing to block them.
Hey, guys, Super Bowl, April.
There's nothing to block them. The only one thing that scares me is the fact that the Yankees and the Mets had to leave Florida to come to New York.
Yeah, right.
That's the only thing that kind of, but that being said.
That I did have issue with. I think they should have stayed with because COVID was on the rise in their designated areas. I understand it, but I think they should have stayed with designated bubble cities and keep it at that.
That would have been smarter, but impractical for football.
Yeah, but for baseball, this travel thing, and I know they had like up and down issues with the PA and with ownership, but
they're only staying like each they're staying in their own region, aren't they? It's not what baseball's doing.
but they're still increasing the odds. It's like it's still increasing the odds.
The Yankees are playing freaking the Nationals for freaking first game, which is crazy.
But why increase the odds unnecessarily? I don't understand. You know, it made more sense like NBA is going to do, like keeping bubble sites and you control it, contain it a lot better.
Well, remember, the NBA is going basically almost right into playoffs. So
yeah, they're not starting a season; they're ending their season.
Right, that's the difference.
Doing the A games, playoffs, boom.
I mean, that really is. I mean, that's a very short takeoff.
I almost wish the NBA took a different stance and said, okay, the teams that are mathematically eliminated already, why bother? Let's go straight into a playoff season and be done.
Well, they did that. Really, to some extent. They did that.
Oh.
They eliminated.
Good for them. They listened to me for once.
They only kept the team that were mathematically. Same thing with hockey. They kept the teams that were mathematically
alive.
You know, legitimate had a chance to make it if all went well. So I think
or a very small stretch.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's
you'll be out in 2 games.
I think it's 8 games for basketball. For hockey, the teams that made it, they're in a tournament.
Yeah, round robin.
The round robin are the top teams for seeding. They're doing.
Mm-hmm.
The other teams that made it in are playing to get in, to advance. You know
what's the team that? Soccer, for example, 2 teams bowed out in MLS.
Yes,
I said before they bowed out because they were riddled with fucking COVID.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to happen. I agree with E in the sense that it will happen with especially these large roster teams, which is why it's inevitable that the ending to the season,
soccer team,
you have to predict it to be a little unfair in the sense that the best team may not make it all the way through because of this.
Well, look, it would be the best team that survived the COVID.
Could you imagine a team is almost undefeated and all of a sudden they get stricken completely with COVID all over? They have no choice but for player safety for themselves and for the rest of the league to bow out. And you're getting to the home stretch.
That's life.
It will be unfair. It's almost acceptable as a predictable possible outcome. But to complete the season. There's nothing really, I think, that you can do about this. This is the life. This is the world we're living right now. Exactly. People are trying to make do with what we have, resources we have, and whatever we can. It is what it is.
Well, either way, I'll be there watching and hope it all goes well, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately. So, from me, Izzy.
Raka.
Yeah.
Everybody take care. Watch the movies. Enjoy it. Watch the sports as long as we have them. Enjoy it. And everybody take care out there. And always save the whales.
We'll be seeing you.